Yeah, good afternoon. I would like to share with you about the vastness, about the greatness, and about the richness of this largest democracy of the world. You see, the election in India is a great festival. It is like festival. It is like the most expensive. It is the most what is a popular festival of this great nation. And the parliamentary election is the main pillar of India's democracy, and this election is the election of electing our representatives. So before electing our representatives, we should be very cautious, we should be very careful, and we should be very judicious before casting our vote, isn't it? Because every vote is important. It seems to me that India's strength is its democracy. No, and India's democracy is very vibrant. India's democracy is very, very youthful democracy, and it is full of vigor and vitality. And India, most of the people, more than 50% people in India, more than 60% people rather in India are the youth. So the strength of youth is too much. Everybody knows this in the world now. I would like to share with you about the present strength of India. It seems to me that the robustness of the democracy depends on the strength of the ruling party, strength of ruling party in parliament. If a particular political party is or holds the two-thirds majority or absolute majority, it becomes very strong, because India has seen many Mili-Juli Sarkar and many Khichiri Sarkars earlier, and people do not like that, and people did not like that because most of the governments, those who ruled India by making alliances, by making fronts, most of them have failed because they had to fulfill the needs or requirements of their regional partners, right? So it seems to me that this election is very important because this election is the election for electing people who will make our country more strong or stronger. They will make the government, if there is a very strong government in the center, they will make this country a more prestigious country, a more developed country, because India is marching towards making a goal, towards fulfilling a goal. The goal is to make India a developed nation by 2047, right? So what are India's strength now at present? At present, India is having, in the last 2019 election also, the ruling present, the BJP party alone got 303 seats, while the Congress party attained or won only in 52 seats. So in that sense, the BJP is in a very strong position, right? So if you look at the data, you will find that the INC, Indian National Congress, even lost the status of main opposition party in parliament because it requires 10% of total seats. And how many seats are there in the parliament? There are 543 seats, but they got only 52 seats. So India could not get the status or could not enjoy the status of even opposition party, right? In such a situation, the UPA, the term UPA had been changed. This time we saw that the Congress party had made an alliance with 40 small regional political parties, and they want to oust or they want to defeat the Modi government because many of them have so many complaints that this government is very strong, this government is against corruption, this government is making development beyond their expectation. Many people think that if the BJP government still remains in power, then they will not be able to steal money. They will not be able to do corruption. They will not be able to do fraud with people. They will not be able to take away people's money. So these are the things that compelled the National Congress and other small parties to make a grand alliance to oust this BJP government, right? But it is up to you actually to decide to whom you will give the vote. So India's parliament is now very strong, isn't it? India, it seems to me that India is maintaining at present in a separation of power system of governance. Now here the judiciary, here legislature, and here legislature, judiciary and administration are separate. Now you see, but though they are linked somewhere, but still they are separate. But we had been ruling by the British government for nearly 190 years. After that, the model of government which we adopted is the British parliamentary system we adopted, and it is good, and people experience that this is the best kind of government, the best kind of government system prevailing in the world. So India is also having this kind of government here. Our strength, India's strength, is that the strong mental attitude of our Prime Minister, who believes, or the government of India thinks, that Indian money or people's money should not be stolen away by political parties, right? That is why the government of India has given importance on zero tolerance against corruption, right? So the first thing is that Indian people's, poor people's money should not be taken away, should not be looted by the political leaders. And people in general are loving this government, BJP government, for this stand, because the government of India is very strong to eradicate the evils of corruption from the Indian soil, right? So this is one of the greatest strengths of this government. See, number two, if we say, you will find that so far since independence, Kashmir was a separate state, okay, but the administration was their own. They had separate ruling system. So the government of India thought under Modi that it should not happen, because India is Jammu Kashmir is an integral part of India, and hence that state should be annexed, so that people from the other parts of the world, for other parts of this country, can visit there, can marry their women, they can make a familiar relation, they can buy land from there. But so far these facilities were not there. That is why the government of India thought that Kashmir should be annexed, or should bring Kashmir, should be brought under the umbrella of Indian government, right? So that is why the government of India abolished Article 370, and it also abolished 35A. So the Narendra Modi government took a very bold decision to avoid Articles 370 and 35A, which gives special powers and status to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. You see, what is Article 370? Now, Article 370 exempted Jammu and Kashmir from Indian Constitution, except Article 1 and Article 370 itself, and permitted the state to draft its own constitution. You see, within India you will live and you will formulate, you will make your own constitution. So in country is one, two constitutions. Is it possible? Can it be possible? But yes, it was possible before the government of before the Modi government came in power. So for extending the central law to on subjects included instrument of accession IOA, mere consultation with the state government is needed. But for extending it to other matters, concurrence of the state government is mandatory. Can you imagine? So the Indian Independence Act of 1947 divided British India into India and Pakistan, and at that time Jammu Kashmir got that status, right? On the other hand, what is Article 35A? Now, Article 35A, which provided special rights and privileges to the citizens of Jammu and Kashmir, and it was incorporated in the Constitution of India in 1954 by an order of the then President Dr. Rajendra Prasad on the advice of Jawaharlal Nehru cabinet. It gave the Jammu and Kashmir legislature full discretionary powers to decide permanent residents of the state are who will be the permanent resident of Jammu and Kashmir. It was decided by Jammu and Kashmir itself. You just imagine. So it also gave them special rights and privileges in employment with the state government, acquisition of property in the state, settling in the state, and the rights of scholarship and other forms of aid the state government provided. It also allowed the state legislature to impose any restriction upon persons other than the permanent residents regarding the above. You just imagine. They were enjoying full power like a country, but this government did not like that. The people as a whole, most of the people in India did not like that. That is why the government of India on August 5, 2019 bifurcated Jammu and Kashmir into two union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, and nullified Jammu and Kashmir's earlier powers. So this was one of the greatest achievements of this government, right? And you see, number two, I would say, because majority people in India are the Hindus. I am not telling that there are other religious people live here. I have full respect for all the religious communities, and with due respect to all of them, I would say that being a Hindu and I as a Hindu, and like many other Hindus also believe in Ram, believe in Durga, believe in Krishna, right? So Ram temple was an emotion of the people, and the government and the BJP, before coming to power, they said that they told that if they come in power, they will try to construct Ram temple. But this Ram temple was a long-standing problem of India. So it is said that Babri Masjid was constructed in Ajodhya and about 230 years ago. But the first religious violence over the site of Babri Masjid that took place in 1853. So for many days, many years, this Ajodhya, this Babri Masjid or Ram temple area was a matter of dispute, right? So that is why it was necessary. It was a necessity for the people, Hindu people in India, that they should get back their land. Actually, there was a temple, and after that, some other invaders of India, they came and they demolished the temple and constructed a mosque there. Okay, so that is why the Hindu people had a demand that that place should be worshipped, that place should be rescued, and a Ram temple should be re-established there, right? So if I say that the Hindus consider that the Babri Masjid constructed in 1528 by the Mughal Emperor Babur, see, that took place of the raised temples of Janmasthan. So beginning in 1980, several Hindu organizations, collectively known as the Sangh Parivar, advocated the destruction of the mosque and its replacement with a grand temple dedicated to Rama. So even before the Hindu activism, we find a long history of litigation since 1885. Civil courts at various levels of the judicial hierarchy have debated the status of temple mosque complex. For many years, the dispute within and outside of the courts reached its climax in 1992, when on 6th December 1992, about 150,000 people had gathered around the temple mosque complex on that day, and that 150 Korshevaks means religious workers, actually participated in the destruction of Babri Masjid, right? And I still remember the day when the Korshevaks, in the presence of Lal Krishna Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, Uma Bharti, Binay Katiyar and others, they tried to demolish the disrupted Babri Mosque, which provoked widespread communal riots across the country. About 2,000 people died in the violence, right? So there was a long legal battle. Ultimately, the Narendra Modi government decided that they will construct Ram temple. There were pressures from different Hindu religious communities, and it was also a pre-election proposition, or a manifesto that told that if they come in power, they will construct the Babri Masjid. And ultimately, in 2019, a 5-member bench of the Supreme Court, headed by the then Justice Ranjan Gogoi, passed the revolutionary judgment. The order that the court gave, that out of total land, 277 acres was to be handed over to the trust and to be created by the Government of India to build the Ram Janambhoomi temple, right? And the court also ordered that the government should give an alternative 5 acres of land in another place to Sunni Waqf board to build a mosque. So in this way, the Ram temple, by God's grace, the Ram Babri Masjid and Ram Janambhoomi conflict was over. Next, you see that the Government of India introduced introduction of uniform goods and services tax, which is known as GST. Earlier, so many taxes over there. So that the GST subsumed 17 existing indirect taxes to make compliance within tax laws in the business world simple. It was a major decision of the government to ease trade and business in India, because so many, you see, 17 types of taxes over there. So the Government of India, to make business easy, to make trade easy, they subsumed, or they merged all those 17 existing indirect taxes into one GST, or goods and services tax, right? So it was one of the major steps of the Government of India, and it was enacted in 2016. So there was so many problems in the country, so many agitations were there in different parts of the country, but ultimately the Government of India had remained in its standpoint that it will not allow or surrender itself to the people, to the agitating people, or a section of business community people of India. No, it was not 16. Actually, GST was finally implemented with effect from 1st of July 2017, right? Okay. See, then this uniform tax policy became, it was a response of the government to the needs of the time, right? It seems to me that GST will help reduction of tax theft and corruption in our country. So many people were not giving taxes earlier. They were selling their goods without paying tax to the government. So actually the Government of India was was suffering from losses. That is why the government of India introduced this tax. So you should remember this, that this was one of the greatest achievements of this government, right? So another thing is that the government of India is very much serious for empowering the Muslim women. That is why it abolished the triple talaq, a very bad system, very bad system. So the government of India introduced Muslim Women Protection of Rights and Marriage Act 2019, which ended the woes of the Muslim women throughout the termination of talaq, triple talaq system that allowed his husband to divorce his wife by repeating the word talaq or divorce 3 times in any form, including writing a letter, an email, or even WhatsApp message. So how horrible the system was. The government of India, with its robustness and with its strong determination, it it abolished this triple talaq system, and that is why the Muslim women and even the people, because the families were now remaining intact, they are living happily, and now. So this is one of the greatest success stories of the present government. So there has been 82% decline in triple talaq cases since the law against the social evil was put in place, they say. So this was the achievement. So on the other hand, out of so many people, most of the forward-looking people, most of the general people, most of the generous people, most of the modern people throughout the world supported this standpoint, this stand of the government of India. Then political empowerment of all women. This is so far in 1992, 73rd and 74th Constitution Amendment Acts were passed that provided 1/3 reservation to women in panchayats and municipalities. But so for many years, you will say, the empowerment process of women in Lok Sabha and state legislatures were pending. So that is why the government of India, it brought a very important bill, that is Women's Reservation Bill 2023, the Constitution 128 Amendment Bill 2023, that first introduced in the new Parliament's Lok Sabha on 19th September in 2023, and it was passed on the following day, that is on the 20th. So this is the strength of the government. And the earlier Congress government tells that they will bring this law, and they will bring the law, they will make the law, and they will pass the law and give political empowerment to women, but actually they did not give. Most of the people, most of the political powers are averse to giving empowerment to women. Actually, they do not like that women will sit beside them, women will take equal part in decision making at the highest level. So people were not willing, political parties mainly, all the other political parties, they never gave a chance to women to become 33% as legislators in state legislatures and in parliament. So this is a very good step of the government of India. You see, I am not going in details, and then I would like to say, then the Citizenship Amendment Act and National Register of Citizens, for which many political parties, many regional parties are shouting that these are the very bad things, bad laws. Actually, these are not. They see, the two most other powerful decisions of the Modi government are the introduction of the Citizenship Amendment Act and the National Register of Citizens, for which India witnessed widespread violence and protest. And so it is perhaps a first in independent India's political history, the protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019 that spread to almost every corner of the country. Yet the reasons for the protest vary with geography. Some of the protesting parties they were protesting because the CAA allegedly violates the secular identity of the country, while others fear that it will endanger their linguistic and cultural identity, but actually it is not. The political parties are making people fool or befooling the common or innocent people here. But you see, I would request all of you, those who have any doubt in their minds, to go through the rules, go through the laws, and you will find that there is nothing any fear of losing their citizenship or losing their religion or losing their identity or losing their any kind of facility in India. Those who are living here permanently and legally, those who have resided or have come here legally, right? But definitely the people who have come illegally, who are doing illegal activities, definitely they will have to think about that. The CAA and NRC were most desired steps taken by the Government of India. When the two amendments were passed by the Parliament on 11th December 2019, there were much confusion and tension among a section of people. This section does not only belong to Muslim community and mostly uneducated people. See, but in my private conversation with some friends and teachers even, I found that confusion and distrust among a large section of Hindu families, including servicemen, professors, school teachers, and general public, were strong. Hence, I think that I should put a little focus on it. The Citizenship Amendment Act 1955, it has been amended. It has amended. Earlier also it has been amended several times, right? The latest amendment was passed in Parliament in December 2019. According to CAA or Citizenship Amendment Act, Hindus, Buddhist, Jain, Sikh and Parsi migrants who have entered India illegally, that is without a visa or before December 31st, 2014 from the Muslim majority countries of Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh and have stayed in the country for 5 years are eligible to apply for Indian citizenship, right? So this is actually the CAA. The CAA enables migrants or foreigners of 6 minority communities from these 3 specified countries who have come to India because of persecution on grounds of their religion to apply for Indian citizenship. So such a foreigner has to become eligible to apply for citizenship after fulfilling the minimum legal requirements, right? The Union government clarifies that as the people of the 6 faiths have faced persecution in these 3 Islamic countries, Muslims haven't. It is therefore India's moral obligation to provide them shelter, right? So, on the other hand, the National Register of Citizens, NRC, it is a record of the citizens of India. Everywhere, almost in every country, if you go to India, you will have to register yourself. If you go to not India, in the USA, if you go to any country and want to take citizenship, you will have to register there. So this is this thing, the National Register of Citizens. The Citizenship Act of 1955 provided for compulsory registration of every citizen of India and issuance of a national identity card to the person. This is a very good system. The difference between the CAA and NRC is that the CAA is applicable for illegal migrants. Remember, the CAA, this Citizenship Amendment Act, is meant for or applicable for illegal migrants residing in India and does not apply to any Indian citizen at all, while the NRC or National Register of Citizens consists of a record of citizens of India only, excluding others. I hope that it is clear now, because the two confusing laws of CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, and National Register of Citizens or NRC. So these things, I think now it is clear to all my friends. I would like to conclude here this video, because it is already 29 minutes past. In my next video I will give you more details about our country. I hope that you will watch and you will share with as many as people as possible, and you will like this video, right? If you have any question, I will request you to write me. Mandal, 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 KESHAB, Mandal Keshab 2013 @gmail.com, right? My email number is Mandal Keshab, KESHAB 2013 @gmail.com. Thank you very much.